This segment of Packard Pokes At was made possible by patrons of the show and viewers like you. Please go to patreon.com/PackardPokesAt to help support the show. Thank you. We don't generally cover a whole lot of celebrities on this show, mainly because they're so vacuous that they are completely void of reality because of all their wealth and fame, that when they have to deal with, real people, they kind of lose their fucking minds. And the one person who has made a career out of losing her fucking mind is Roseanne Barr. And recently she took to Twitter and calling atheists, saying that we were basically all anti-Semitic. And actually her first quote was...
That's what we're best known for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we're known for, apparently. She says, atheists are very anti-Semitic, and then she changed it. She said, most atheists are. I would even have a problem with her with even saying that. And
I would have a problem with her saying one atheist is.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, what she doesn't seem to understand is that as most atheists, I'm speaking for myself on this, I don't have a problem with just one religion. I have a problem with all the religions. I go after Jews, Christians, Islam. I go after all the religions. It doesn't matter what it is. I've had heated discussion with Buddhists. It doesn't matter. We generally don't cow down to somebody because they have a belief. One of the main reasons why we're having this particular conversation about this vacuous bitch is that one of our very own who comes to the chat room, Dawkins Dog, we've mentioned him here several times on the show, he had a conversation with her back and forth, and Dave did as well, and she was calling him a toad. It compared him to a toad. I was like, wait a minute. His name says Dawkins Dog. He's not Dawkins Toad. I'm just saying. One of her
vertebrates.
Yeah.
Did she tweet back to you in the pseudo language of children like she had been all the other times? Well, you're not here. I'm sorry. I thought.
Dog can talk for himself. I'm waiting for me to be brought up because.
Yeah.
No. I was asking.
I did not interact with her. I just read some of the tweets. Now here.
No, I thought Dave had.
Yeah, he did. But
I've been talking to her for 3 days.
That's a very long conversation for Roseanne Barr.
I'm sorry to interject so much. The funniest tweet back to her probably was the one that the Amazing Atheist sent to her, which was, why don't you go hide the fuck back behind the likability of John Goodman? You were better there.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off when I read that.
Now, one of this other bitch that's following her says, like, oh, my God, she said many, not, doesn't mean all. Oh, my God, bye-bye now. I'm like, who is this fucking asshole? She has no foundation for that. Now, this is one of the tweets that came up. They just want to correct, scare quotes around correct, a woman, if she's a believer or a Jew, that gets them double hot. Wait a minute. I gotta ask this. Aren't Jews believers too? I mean, they believe in a God too. I mean, why is she separating out Jews from believers? I mean, It's the same fucking thing. You're still believing in a God.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I don't apologize for that word when it's used in this context.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that what happened to her was that very recently she encountered an atheist, probably a family member, who came out to her as an atheist, and the first thing they did was make her question her beliefs. And she got so upset that she decided to take to Twitter and take it out on every atheist ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawkins from the chat room here says, all I said was there's a difference between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. Zionism, thank you. And she said, shut the fuck up about Jews, Nazi toad.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my opportunity to talk.
Sure. I had another tweet from her, and she's now she's claiming that they're attacking women. And the other one was that I know that they're thinking I'm a Christian fundy. They don't care about informed, only attacking women. We weren't attacking you, bitch. The atheists out there who were challenging you or just trying to have a reasonable discussion. I know that's a little bit far above your pay grade, having a reasonable discussion with human beings, because, they think, and obviously you don't. But they were trying to explain something to you, and you decided to think that because you're Roseanne Barr, you have to open your fucking trap and just let words fall out.
I think she's irrelevant, and she's trying to make herself in the public eye again.
Yeah. Dawkins also says, I don't care what's between her legs. It's the vacuum between her ears that concerns me. Then she went on about something else here. Now, she said that they are arrogant pricks sometimes. They don't see any difference between Jews, Christians, or Muslims and ignore Baha'i genocide. Baha'i genocide.
Oh, yeah, because that's the first
Baha'i
thing we do is we deny genocides.
One of the most ubiquitous religions on the face of the earth. They don't have the numbers, but they're in the most countries.
Really? Now that I wasn't aware of. Now, the thing is, what she doesn't understand is, and I just said it before, we treat all your religions the same way. We treat them with skepticism. You're the guys that believe this shit. You have to convince us. We don't have to prove that your God doesn't exist. You have to prove that it does. Kind of your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I was never a fan of her TV show. I felt like all of her co-stars were really funny, and the writing was good, and I guess she was a part of that, but I didn't care for her or her comedy, and that has nothing to do with her stance right now, but I'm like, well, okay, are we talking about Judaism as a religion? Are we talking about Judaism as a race? Are we talking about Judaism, evidently, as I was just informed in my Facebook conversation with Dave, it's like, okay, this is a political stance, because only a couple of those can be actually criticized. I'm not going to be against anybody by their race, but if your ideas and your ideals are something, that's what I can criticize. I can openly criticize them without being a hater of anything.
Right.
But I'm gonna defer to Dave, because he actually was in the fray with her on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving this.
Yeah, we had a couple of comments from the chat room here real quick. Microbloganism, thank you for your comment. He says
Baha'i.
Baha'i, thank you. Sounds a lot like a name of a cocktail. Yeah, I'll
I'd
have
like
a
a few
Baha'i.
Baha'is right
A little salt on the rim this time, Put a little Jack in there.
They are one of the most ubiquitous religions in the world, so just be aware of that when you talk about them. Just saying.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, I have
I'm
to.
going to have to go look up ubiquitous. Excuse me.
This means,
Don't feel bad. I have to look up Baha'i now.
I'm the writer here, and God damn it, I don't know what that means.
all around.
You're
all
teachable,
encompassing.
Atticus. You're teachable.
I know. I'll admit when I'm wrong, too. I'm sorry. Can you say what the definition is again?
It means all around or all encompassing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dawkins Dog continues here. He says, even a lot of Jews are opposed to the Zionists, so they're anti-Semitic by Roseanne standards. Stupid mooncalf. Yeah, she is a mooncalf. She's not even a smart one. She's a stupid one.
I'm going to have to look up that word now. You think I'm joking. Oh
Which one, mooncalf or Zionist?
Mooncalf.
Okay. Just think of a real fat calf that has absolutely nothing to do with life. Just kind of lets her.
A foolish person.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. See, that's why I imitated it right here in front of you.
Yeah, Ubik is a novel by Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
That's what they're discussing in the chat room. And
Oh, I didn't know that. I love his writing as well.
Yeah, Philip K. Dick is one of the best.
Yeah. All right.
He's fantastic.
Well, Dave, since you were also in the fray on this with this stupid idiot.
Yeah. So is it deferred to me at this point?
Yes, I do have one more quote from her. Real quick here. I'll throw this up on the screen.
Ahead, and then I'm going to explode on this whole podcast.
Sure. She said, since she was commented to somebody else, she says, shit is shit and all the same shit too. Arrogant, double standards spewed by the privileged. Did your irony meter just fucking explode?
Oh, wow.
No,
Wow.
your irony meter is...
My irony meter, when I read that, my irony meter fucking exploded. I'm still picking up the pieces off my desk.
Is it my floor yet?
Yes, the floor is yours, Dave.
Huh.
Your thoughts.
All right, thank you. The irony meter should be exploding because she's a Jew,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she's claiming that there is racism from atheists, yet she's attacking atheists and making a specific claim that atheists are anti-Semitic.
Yeah, but she has no problem going after atheists and saying and attacking us.
That's what I'm saying. She has no problem going after atheists and saying they're anti-Semitic. But we should also take into account the fact that she herself was raised Jewish. She, however, in her childhood was forced to attend the Mormon church, and that the Mormon church itself, like when she attended those Mormon ceremonies, her family was hiding their Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
in Hollywood, they're hiding.
She was her family was embarrassed to be Jews, so they pretended to be Mormons.
Oh, wow. That's horrifying.
You know,
we were just talking about that exact type of thing.
You know, and the thing is, personally, until this came out, I didn't know she was Jew. I just thought she was just another one of the fundies roaming around out there. And you know what? I didn't even really think that much about it to begin with at all. She could have been a Satan worshiper.
Agree. I mean, I agree. She could be whatever. But all I'm saying is that her childhood is that she was a Jew who pretended to be a Mormon in order to hide her beliefs because her family said that was what they were supposed to do. So she was raised with this persecution complex that kind of explains where she's at, on top of which, right before, like when she was a young teenager, she had a closed brain injury that occurred from a car accident.
Well, that's evident now in the way she texts.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've been talking to her for the past 3 days on Twitter. I asked her a number of questions. Were you guys aware that in 2012 she was a presidential candidate?
Yeah, she ran for president, not unsuccessfully.
She ran for president.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, for the Peace and Freedom Party.
Oh, okay.
The Peace and Freedom Party, by the way, is California's feminist socialist political party.
Oh.
I just want to make a quick correction here because I hate mispronouncing people's names unless they matter. But it was Ra Sun God, not Ra's Ungod. I do apologize. That's just the way I read it. So it was Ra Sun God. Sorry about that, Roz.
Okay.
Well, Dave, that explains why she said you were mansplaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so she accused me of mansplaining earlier today.
Mansplaining, Dave. You got to keep your legs closed when you're mansplaining.
I know. So I'm some sort of misogynist asshole because I called her out, whatever inconsistency I called her out on. So I'm mansplaining.
Oh, wow.
I've never heard that term. That's the fucking first time I've heard mansplaining. Because someone gives it to you, an explanation, and you're a man, you're mansplaining.
I
would say she doesn't understand what mansplaining is.
I don't think she understands life.
So, like, there's a really perfect scene of mansplaining in the show Breaking Bad, where Skyler is sitting in the office of Saul, and Saul goes... He starts explaining to her what money laundering is, like she's retarded. And she's like, I know what money laundering is. That's mansplaining, when you explain to a woman as if she doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
Let me give you context here. Tonight, she and I we've been texting back and forth for a few days, and tonight she and I were texting back and forth. And she had made some comments about Satanists. And I had responded and said that she was generalizing Satanists and that most Satanists are actually Levian or Levian. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. However, that most Satanists are atheists who are trolling, right?
Right.
And I was trying to explain that her viewpoint of Satanists was not a correct approach to what Satanism actually is according to the quote-unquote Church of Satanism. She told me that I was mansplaining to her. I'm a misogynist or maybe a chauvinist. I'm not sure which I am, but I'm something. I mean, I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
This correctly. you know?
You're a bad person.
You're a bad person, Dave, by explaining something to her.
And I told her flat out, I'm trying to explain to you, I'm just trying to explain to you. It's not because you're a woman, it's because you're wrong.
It's because you're ignorant. And
Yeah,
I'm just trying to teach you as a teacher would teach somebody.
Oh, wow. It just...
That was my intent.
Atticus, your thoughts before I cry.
I think that I have interjected so much she's going to make me puke coat hangers. I think I think it's dumb. I think that she's bored. I think she's irrelevant. And I think she is no longer considered important.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think that what happened was she bumped into a friend, family member, somebody who said said they were an atheist, tried to explain to her, and in the middle of it made a religious person question their beliefs, and it upset her so much that she decided to take to Twitter.
Oh no, that made me question my belief. Oh no.
You know, that's the sad part of it, is that I've done this before, where it's like you're just asking. I have a relative that I debate with sometimes, and if you ask them too many questions, eventually they shut down and they're like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." They'll turn into a total Massachusetts cabbie, dry. They're like, I hate you. I don't ever talk to me again. How dare you? It's because that whole core belief of what they believe is the only thing that keeps them together. It's the fucking glue.
Yeah.
And they're afraid that they'll fly apart into fucking particles if you make them question it.
I have to say that tonight I did ask her, as a representative of the Peace and Freedom Party, whether or not she felt that atheists had the right to disbelieve.
I gotta know what she said. Did she respond?
Yeah, she responded.
Okay.
I mean, she responded directly to me, and her response was that she believed that freedom from religion is as important as freedom of religion. And I told her I felt that was a redeeming statement.
Okay.
And I do want to make that clear, because I do feel that she did make a few redeeming statements throughout our conversation tonight. Although, 3 days ago when we started, she was completely condescending.
She must have been drunk.
Well, she's Roseanne Barr, so you're beneath her.
She's Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying right now, I think that she's not a very educated person. She's probably a very good actress, or
not
business
even
person, or whatever the fuck she considers herself today. But she's not an eloquently spoken person.
No,
I would agree with that there.
And I think that also she probably has a public persona to keep up, and part of that is a very acerbic, comedic personality. But I really appreciate that you're trying to engage her and have an actual discussion with her, and not have it be a bunch of comedic barbs. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I legitimately told her that, or I suppose I shouldn't say told her, because that's gonna end up coming off as mansplaining.
Mansplaining.
Yes,
but I legitimately brought up with her in conversation that recently she had some bad press, and that my point was not to alienate her, but rather to give her an opportunity to explain where she was coming from, and that was where the conversation turned, that she was more receptive to my questions.
We had a couple quick quotes here from Dawkins Dog. He said all she had to do was apologize for this first comment and explain why she thought many atheists were anti-Semitic. Just give me some evidence. And then he continues on here. As I put on my blog, if she discussed it like an adult and not resorted to abuse/blocking, she might have gained some respect from atheists.
Dude, Dawkins, I totally agree. You know what her ultimate reasoning is that she believes that anyone who is anti-Zionist is racist.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Isn't Zionism a specific, like, it's an idea that the Jews
are
Zionism
is the belief that the Jews are predestined to have the Holy Lands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is her belief. So atheists tend to not buy into that.
So by saying no, that's not true, you're automatically anti-Semitic? Wow.
That is
Pretty
her
much.
rationale. That's my assessment from debating her for the past 3 days.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should stop doing that because it's probably going to make your
It's making
ass
me
explode.
It's making me crazy, and I didn't even interact with her at all.
I mean, I've been trying to understand where she's coming from, and her rationale is that atheists tend to not believe that the Jews deserve the Holy Lands outrightly, and therefore
It's just a piece of
they are
land.
racist.
It's just a piece of land that nobody fucking wants anyway. Dave, I got the perfect way for you to understand it and see things from her point of view. Take a hammer, hit yourself with it about 3 times, then run directly right towards the door and head first. Then, and
no,
only then.
I mean, I get it. I totally get it. Like, if you're a Jew, in the 1900s, it became popular to believe that you should support Zionism, right? And then in the 1940s, America gave the Jews Israel, even though they were taking the land from the Muslims, the Palestinians, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They've almost genocided the Palestinians out of extinction.
So Roseanne Barr supports all of that, and that's essentially what this whole thing is about. You know, I mean, she supports the Jews having Israel as the Holy Lands, and they deserve that and all that. And if you're an atheist and you don't believe in any kind of religious predestination, then obviously you're racist, and that's her viewpoint, and that's popular among Jewish belief. And that's why she's. I mean, it's why she's coming from where she's coming from.
A comment here from Dawkins Dog based on that quote here. She says that anybody using the term West Bank was racist and anti-Semitic, for fuck's sake. If I go, I'm at a bank, and there's the bank over there. There's the West Bank. There's the North Bank. There's the South Bank. I mean, there's banks around me. If I call one a West Bank, does that make I'm a racist because I call it the West Bank? I mean, I know it's not. I know it's not in that context.
I don't believe you're inherently a racist, and I don't believe that she's inherently like.
I don't even understand the context of that myself. To be honest, I don't understand the whole context. Why you by saying West Bank makes you automatically, in their minds, a racist? I don't understand the connection.
Well, because that area is separated off for what is it? Is it the Muslims that have the
Palestinians, which are Muslims? Yes.
Yeah. That must mean you automatically are calling it their area. I don't know. I honestly, I mean, if it wasn't so part of the world right now, I would say that I don't care. It's something that's just going on. Right? It's been going on for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
Well, who do we send it back to? Who do we send it back to, Atticus? I mean, really, the Egyptians, the Greeks?
We can't send it back to anyone at this point. I mean, we gave it to. I mean, as Americans, we gave it to the Jews in the 1940s.
I mean, yeah, but sadly, we have to. I mean, everyone has an opinion about it. Yeah. We have to. Yeah, you have to say, oh well, I care, but there's nothing I can do about it. That's what I really mean.
But at the same time, I mean, it's so pertinent to today's situation because truly the reason why we did that was that we weren't willing to bring in Jewish refugees at the time. Whereas...
Oh, I thought it was also because they wanted to see I thought it was part of prophecy as well.
Oh, no, it absolutely is part of prophecy. Yeah. But...
It's also been 70 years, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 70 years. And why didn't we bring in the refugees of the time? I mean, we refused them to come here. In the same way that we're talking about refusing Saudis today. You know, or refugees from anywhere in the world today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same situation. We created a different landscape in a different region in the world at that point.
A place that we'd have no business actually being or even understanding
Yeah,
The
well,
entire-
I completely agree with that. On
we'll
that
help
point,
end
Connie.
the war for you and liberate you, but God damn it, we don't want any more of
We
you
don't
in,
want you
in the
here,
country.
right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, we're gonna kind of wrap this up here. I'm gonna read more and more comment here from Raw Sun God. I hope I got it right that time. He said the whole situation is a clusterfuck, and I think that wraps it up pretty nicely.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yes.
It's true. Yeah.